It's your boy Fly Rye. We on LRPtv Podcast. We got a special guest here. My boy
What's going on, world?
Krillz Billy Bonko. You heard? What's going on, my guy?
Ain't too much. Just chilling. Happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, no problem, man. We always want to showcase some new talent on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Or niggas have been doing their thing. You know, you got a nice little catalog going on. So, like, what first got you into this music thing? Like, what kind of, like, inspired you, like, motivated you?
I used to like to write poems, actually. Not a lot of people know that, but I used to write poems.
Okay. So you was doing a little poetry.
Yeah, roses are red, violets are blue, and all of that. And you know,
okay.
I always loved women. You know what I'm saying? So I started doing that. But actually, I lived in Chicago when I started writing sentences. Like, you know, when you go to school and they get that big ass piece of paper to write sentences on. I was in Chicago for that. And I actually started rhyming then. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan.
Okay.
So I've always watched Michael Jackson.
Definitely a legend. King of pop. You know what I'm saying? Rest in
rhythm
peace.
and beats always got me, and Michael always had good rhythms and beats and taps and things of that nature in the vocals. So I was always into music. Me and my cousin Fat Tony, shout out to him.
Right.
And so yeah, I just started rhyming. I was writing poems, and then I just started rhyming. And from there it was really notebook and pen and just writing rhymes and figuring out what to say and and life and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just figuring out what to put on there. Like, what do you tell people?
Speaking of life, like, let's say, like, your upbringing, like, you was a child growing up in your environment, like, what was that for you? Like,
my childhood was pretty decent, pretty good. I'm an '80s baby, so we come from that, that generation. Everything that happened with that and all of that. You know what I mean? But it wasn't. It's not. I can't say that I had like a horrible childhood growing up. Like I said, it had its struggles. It's good as it's bad. It's good. It's bad. But ultimately, though, I wouldn't have traded it for anything. You know what I mean? My days on the Hill, in Con Ave and in Harlem, in the Bronx with my cousins.
Shout out to Harlem.
Yeah, definitely. My aunt Rhonda, God bless her soul. I wouldn't change anything. Life, I feel like sometimes we'll give you something that you can't handle, but it's really up to you to determine if you can't handle it. You know what I mean? So everything that's happened, now that I look back at it as a grown man, it's like, damn, I'm kind of happy it happened to an extent because I wouldn't have this demeanor that I walk around with or this image that I have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who I know I am because of what I've come from and what's happened, the goods, the bads. You know what I mean? So
I feel that. Now, like, as far as like your inspirations growing up, like what legends or what like top artists would you say like inspired you as growing up? It don't even have to be artists, but just like what peer like inspired you to start doing music?
Biggie, of course. I like to tell a story, so that you can walk with me through it, And I feel like we talked about our life choices and how our upbringings are, then we can tell a story that you can walk through that's very vivid. You know what I mean? So Biggie, I always thought Biggie was a very, very good storyteller.
True.
When Ready to Die, or when Life After Death came out, I was living in North Carolina when Biggie died. And I just remember listening to the albums and just like closing your eyes and like being able to walk with him through what he was telling you. You know what I'm saying?
He told a story.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So Biggie was definitely one. Of course, the Locks. Of course, my uncle Michael actually. He's the reason I'm 80% me, because he grew up, I grew up watching him fly, sneakers and clothes, and he always had the hottest mixtapes. So he put me onto a lot of music. So the Locks, Wu-Tang, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. When me and my man K-Walk was first, when we was kids running around on trains and stuff, we used to rap over all like Q-Tips and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul beats because they was just so you could just.
And when you say K-Walk, you talking about K Walker, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to K Walker.
Yeah, shout out to K Walker.
Definitely gotta have him on the platform.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. But yeah, so yeah, definitely just a lot of the '80s music. I listened to some like '70s, your Rock Chems and things of that nature. But that was before my generation. Just like how the kids say now, with '80s and '90s rap. That was before them. So, but I still tune in to them just to hear the flow and kind of see where it's elevated from.
Okay.
And and all of that. So definitely those rappers.
Now, as far as like your creative process, like when you're in the studio, you're preparing to lay a track down. Like, what's that like for you? Like, what's the creative process behind your music?
It's really direction. Having direction. You know what I mean? I feel like you can tell when some artists go in the studio and they're just rapping, and then you have a song. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. Really, is direction with the creative process. That's how we depict which way we're gonna go with this. We just gonna pop a whole bunch of shit, talk about fucking your bitch and selling drugs, or we're gonna talk about youth camps and and raising kids or something like that. You know what I mean? So the creative process, light a Dutchie, see what the vibe is. What way we going with this one?
Just vibe out, basically.
Yeah, you just got vibe. Every beat's gonna be different. That's what you want. You want to be able to tell a different story on every song, and you want that diversity. So being open and just saying.
Would you say you're versatile with your music?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some joints. I got some shit that I ain't never put out. I got a couple. Shout out to my man Crew. I got him on 2 joints that we ain't put out yet. My other mans, they some beach kind of joints. Shout out my man Vito too. My man Trav out Florida. That's my brother right there. I love him to death. We got a joint called Everywhere We Go or something. Lose Control. And it's like some shit we did a couple years ago, but it was one of them joints that was ahead of its times for where the music is at now.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. But I ain't put them out though, cause I'm still laying the groundwork. So.
Oh man, Krillz is sitting on fire right now, basically.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. So, like I said, you got a really nice catalog. What would you say your like top 5 artists of all time would be?
Jada, Biggie. Method Man is real lyrical. I think people sleep on Method Man's lyricalism or whatever the word is.
Okay.
He's real lyrical. I'm trying to think who's on the playlist that I really fucks with.
Like, I mean, it could be your top 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd say Jada, Biggie, and Fab. Jada, Biggie, and Fab. Yes.
Oh wow, that's kind of a new one for me to hear.
Yeah, Jada, Biggie,
top 3 Fab.
Yeah.
Fab is nice though.
New?
Fab, no, I'm just saying. Fab is definitely a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a nice artist. But
yeah, Fab. I fucks with Fab. I've been following Fab from the beginning. I used to rock the napkin.
I feel like he's underrated too. You know what I'm saying?
Very, very, very. But I mean, that's timing. In a sense, you know what I mean. Not everybody could be Jay.
Yeah.
So but I think the fact that he can keep himself above water with just posting pictures of clothes and little freestyles shows a lot, motherfucker. Listen here, I mean, I show a lot.
Damn right. Would you say like, as far as your music goes, like, is there any influences on that? Like, any artists that influence you? Maybe a flow you might have at that moment, or just your versatility overall?
I try to really embellish in the foundation of things. So I listen to everything. I growing up, I kind of understood, especially with being a Michael Jackson fan at that. You know what I mean? That's not hip hop. That's pop.
Right.
R&B, if you will. That all music is good. It's just a matter of you getting like acclimated to it and understanding that person's point of view, basically. You know what I'm saying? So like I listen to country, I listen to rock, I like Slipknot, I like Kiss. I like 2 songs from Kiss, but I listen to rock and roll.
Hey, hold up.
I had to slow up on that one, but I like rock and roll. I like R&B. I like country. I love country. I love hip hop, of course. You know what I'm saying? Instrumentals, acoustics. So it's just like I think once you appreciate music for what music is and understand that it's not just one genre, then all of that influences you. So it's to say, like, I could listen to a country song, I could listen to a Christian song or a church song and say, okay, if I go on this beat, I can, direct it a certain kind of way or, use that as an influence. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to like not cursing as much in songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
You listen to a gospel song and you say, okay, how did they rap 3 verses, three choruses, no curse words? Listen to it and you study and you say, okay, you use different words, you imply different things. So sometimes you'll hear bars that are a little bit more intricate, if you will, like a little bit more stacked and put together. You know what I mean? And then other times you'll have bars that are a little bit more loose. Okay. And then that's the reflection of your influence.
Basically, like up-tempo.
It's like, you know what, okay, yeah, let's have a more structured song. I like how structured songs come out, how they feel, how people receive them for the most part, and the body of them. So I'm a real structured song. You know what I mean? Take that kind of influence.
Now, speaking of, like, saying structure and then, also the influence, like, as far as, like, your supporters may go, maybe, like, a younger crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel like your influence on them, like, with some, like, good advice to give them that could, influence them to do better in life?
Don't give up. I know a lot of mainstream rappers will say that. I'm a prime example, I think, of someone who can run with the torch, but certain life choices will have you put on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So,
True.
When you got the torch, when they eyes is on you, you've put in enough work to have people recognize you when you out and all of that. If you want it, keep running. Keep running with it, because if you slow up,
it's over.
It's over. Get all that back. It's gonna be hard because now you could have been, would have been, should have been. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you
Mr. Would have been.
Yeah, you gotta reclaim your spot. You gotta show motherfuckers why.
Or one hit wonder.
Exactly. like why should they fuck with you again? Like, you know what I'm saying? You had it and you left. So
true.
One thing I'll say is, like, you look at people like some of your favorite local rappers. You look at some rappers that almost made it mainstream. What's his name? Georgia had, and people like that had a fire. When I first came to Delaware, Georgia had.
Yeah, the whole Philly rap scene was definitely. I feel like back in the day it was a major influence.
When I first came to Delaware, and now he's not. So it's like, you know what I'm saying. Keep going once you got it, and man, your hard work starts paying off. Keep working hard. So
consistency is key, man, for sure.
That salary gonna raise eventually.
Damn right. So as far as, like, any new work or added on to your catalog, you know what I'm saying? You got any new stuff dropping, or you working on, or people can look forward to hearing?
There's a whole lot of shit going on. We got I'm waiting on Chains Gully. For this.
Shout out to Chains Gully.
Shout out to Gully.
I had an interview with him too,
my
man.
TLA family.
Right.
Yeah, Gully was the one who put me on, actually. So shout out to Gully again. He got a little movie thing that he's doing. I'm waiting for that to wrap up and finish.
Okay, so we're going to have you in some acting?
Yeah, I already shot some of the scenes, but I was told there was more to do, so LRP know about it.
Yes, sir.
But he ran me down the alleyway. But,
shout out LRPtv.
Shout out LRPtv for real. But I just recently joined forces with my brothers, Judgmental Records.
Okay.
J Squad.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the family, man. So we definitely me and my man Eno got some things we working on, like 2 projects, if not, of course more. Of course, a group project's gonna come out of that eventually.
Okay.
I got trying to think. I got the Billy Bonko story part 3.
Okay.
It is like 65% done. But yeah, so that's definitely coming.
That's cooking up.
Yeah, it's definitely cooking up. One of them joints that I was telling you about that I ain't put out yet is gonna be on there. So we're gonna try to break the ice on that. And then outside of that, just working in the background, doing shows. Just building relationships on the back end. Hopefully, in a little bit, we can get the clothes back off the ground. I got the LFH business through the Dead Zone Entertainment. That's my company.
Right.
Get that back, restarted and everything, But right now, we're just working on the Billy Bonko story part 3 and this Judgmental records,
Look out for that, people.
Alliance that we just put together. It's gonna be real crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Zoe. Shout out to my man Keys. So we working right now. Summer is definitely jam packed. Then there's some other things going on too. I don't know if I could talk about, but
hey man,
shout out Hennessy Kev too, man.
Just keep it coming. Kev, that's what it's all about, man. Consistency.
Yeah, definitely. Consistency is key.
Damn right. Now, as far as like platforms where people could, show love and support and find you, like, where can they look at?
I'm everywhere. If it's there, I'm there. iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio.
Damn. It's every platform on earth.
Every platform. YouTube Music, Vivo, YouTube.
Let's put his name in, man.
Title.
Just type his name in.
Yeah, just type Krillz Billy Bonko. I believe I'm the only Krillz Billy Bonko out there. I believe.
Okay.
From when I last researched.
I don't think I ever heard. I heard of Billy Bonko, but I haven't heard.
Yeah, there's some Krillz out there too, but there ain't no Krillz Billy Bonko, so that's really what sets it apart.
Solid.
Definitely. Just type that in. But everywhere, Threads, Twitter, everywhere. I almost had a Twitch.
Bro gonna start streaming.
For real, I almost had a fucking Twitch. I'm trying to tell you.
I've been thinking about making one. I ain't gonna hold you.
I was thinking about making one. Motherfuckers
be getting rich off that shit.
My man Taz. Shout out to my man Taz back a bit. It's my brother too, man. He was.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, man. He was on my top about doing a podcast. He was telling me to do a podcast and shit like that. So. There's a lot
Go
of
for
different...
it, shit.
Yeah,
there's money in this shit, too,
I'm trying
man.
to conquer everything, you know what I'm saying?
All different avenues.
Clothes, entertainment. Oh, also, too, me and my team working on a foundation for single fathers, too. I want to put that energy out there, too.
That's lit.
Single fathers don't know their rights, when it comes to custody and their children.
It's true. I've been through that.
Nature. So we doing that nonprofit. We're going to hopefully get that started top of next year, end of this year, put the gears rolling on that.
That's lit.
We haven't solidified the name just yet, so we ain't gonna put that out there. But yeah, that's definitely something that we're working on as a passion.
We're definitely gonna need that information, for single fathers out there that don't know their rights and, things of that nature. You definitely want to look forward to that. Man. You know what I'm saying?
It's very important.
Definitely affecting a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
But yeah, y'all seen it first, man. Krillz Billy Bonko, you hear me? We're on LRPtv Podcast. Your boy Fly Rod, we out.